Dan is still working on the chicken coop insulation and finishing up the walls. So while he's doing that, we're going to take a look at the inside plan for our chicken coop. And real quick, if you want to follow our homestead journey and keep up to date with what we're doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there and then hit the bell icon, and that will allow you to get notifications when we upload a new video. And of course, liking and commenting on this video and sharing it will help us out a lot. If you remember from our very first video, we laid out a 4-year plan for Dan and I to retire from our full-time jobs and live out the rest of our life just homesteading. If you didn't get to see that video, I will link to it down in the description and also at the end of this video so you can take a look. We do a property walkthrough too, so you can take a look and see what we're working with on our land. So while Dan is out there busier than a one-legged man in a kicking contest, we're going to take a look at the inside of our chicken coop. We've laid it out in a certain way so that it can be useful and also so that the whole thing can be utilized. Our coop itself is 8 by 20 feet. We have the same size run, an 8 by 20 on each side of the chicken coop, and there's a reason that we have a double run. Now, the runs are kind of connected underneath the coop because our coop is raised off the ground, I think about 2 feet. So the chickens can go back and forth throughout the runs unless we decide that we're going to be brooding or breeding, which we'll get to in a second. So let's take a look at a really, really rough sketch of what our plan is for the inside of the chicken coop. So what you'll notice from this sketch, the steps in the door on the bottom there, that would be where you come in. Notice that we have the dotted lines, which are hardware cloth walls that will have a hardware cloth door to get into each side. So we've literally just taken the 8 by 20 and we've divided it into thirds. The middle third where you come in the door is going to be where we can store things, hang things on the hardware cloth. We have feed storage, whatever we need to store, that will be the area where we would do it. Now, when we are not breeding or brooding our chickens, and our chickens are allowed to have the entire run of the whole place, so we would leave the doors open and they would be able to go back and forth throughout the coop however they would want. One thing that you can notice is each side of the chicken coop, the left third and the right third as you're looking at it now, are kind of twins. So let's just take a look at the left third. So we have a clean out door all the way along the left hand wall where it says clean out there. That's because our roosting perches are going to be above that. We're going to be able to lift them up to clean that out because we're going to be using the deep litter method under our roosting perches because chickens poop at night when they're roosting. You see across from that, along that same wall, is a chicken door that will be the chicken door that goes out to the run, and then we'll have nest boxes along the back wall. So now let's take a look at the opposite end of the coop. It's pretty much the same, but notice that I've made a note there, brooding and breeding when necessary. So when we need to raise baby chicks or when we need to breed more chickens of a certain type, then we can leave the hardware cloth door shut on that side, essentially closing that side off from the rest of the chickens. And then outside, we can block off that particular chicken run down along the bottom of the coop. And in that way, we have both a space inside in the coop and an entire run that we can use to either breed a certain breed of chicken or to raise baby chicks first indoors and then eventually let them out into the run, and then they don't have to mix with the other chickens until they're old enough to do so. So that's what that is for. Now you'll notice where the clean outs are. One side, the side of the deep litter, I guess, area that you would want to call that there, the side closest to the clean out doors, we will be able to lift that out That's in case we need to do more cleaning and push more out of that clean out hole into a wheelbarrow than just right there where the deep litter is. Because with chickens, I mean, you never know how messy it's going to get, right? So we want to have that accessible to clean out the entire coop if we need to. So that's the plan for the inside of the chicken coop. Let us know in the comments if you have a different idea, if you think things are going to work fine, if you have ideas that might help us out. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please go ahead and hit it now. Next week we'll be talking about chicken breeds, what breeds we've selected and why. And we'll be getting those baby chicks in May. So hit that subscribe button to follow our journey, and we'll see you next time.